All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the first planning stream for Timberborn. I need to get my headphones. I'm always forgetting that. How y'all doing this morning? Now, I've never done a challenge run because, after all, I am your casual dad. I want to challenge myself a little bit. Do a hardcore mode. And I'm just trying to think. Of which ones I want to do. I think I've played on Lake some. Canyon or Plains. I think I've done Plains. Plains is the OG original map. I've done that before. Waterfalls. I've played a little bit on Waterfalls. That was pretty good. I think I've done Lakes. Yeah, because they have the blocks here that you can fill in everything. Beaver Realm, I've done Beaver Realm. Beaver Realm's just hard in general, let alone if you're going to do a hardcore mode. I wonder if I have the save. I had gotten to where I had drained all of them. I was working on getting them all filled up with clean water. Or like this one, I do remember I had cities down in here. This one was like my farming one. This one was just storage for water. This one was cool. We had like farming up top. Then we had some water for aquatic plants. Then we had green grass again for more farming. Some more water for pumping. And then we had a mine in the middle. And over here I just had made a bunch of statues. Because it's Beaver Realm, right? And so I had like Trevi Fountain. It was just spewing out water. It was pretty cool. Canyon I did that. That was my Mega Duct series. Cliffside could be a good one. Craters. I need to test something real quick. I need to this is a test. I need to see if it comes through on my mobile because I'm down to one screen. There we go. Down to one screen right now. So I had to make sure the mobile chat was working in case any of you guys want to give me your feedback. Diorama. I have some plans for Diorama. I'm not going to do it right now. But Diorama, I think what I'm going to do is, as much as possible, dynamite down to the very bottom layer. And then just build everything flat and on top. And mostly use dirt to build. So like in the back corner, you'd have to have your dirt machine. That way, and then at the very top you have water. That way your water is irrigating the whole thing. And there'd be a few different places where water would come off for pumps. But I've got a pretty compact design for that in the works. Helix Mountain. I've done that one. It's not bad. It's might be a good challenge one because you've got to. I mean, if you want to take care of the bad water, effectively you've got to dynamite down under the helix and get out. Before then, your settlement, you're just kind of blocking off the sides so that it just runs over and then down if it's bad water. Cool thing about that one. Hollows. Not sure I've seen this map before. Nice little underground little waterways. That looks interesting. That looks really interesting. Meander I've done. That one's pretty good. Definitely a good challenge because of the one water. Once that goes bad water, if you don't have food stored up, you're in a pickle. And different heights on either side. So that's pretty good too. It's like the first thing you gotta do is get the bad tide diversion done. That's not always the first thing, because some of them you can live with. Mountain range. Now this would be a pain because of just the verticality. Not a lot of green spot to get started for food or for wood. And so needing to irrigate a lot of the other stuff really quick. Be really interesting. Terraces, I mean, I think it won't be too bad. I've seen other people do terraces. Thousand Islands, I've also seen this. This is, I mean, it's pretty terrifying when the bad tide comes because there's nowhere safe. You gotta go and cap all these sources off so you have a bunch of clean water and can divert. Let's look at some maps I got from the workshop. What? Ooh, flexible start unlock. That's the one I just finished with my new Babylon, new Beaverlon series, I should say. Beaver Ravine. That one looks pretty good. And those would turn to bad tide. Okay, Beaver Riverland. I think I've tried this one before, and this one is very difficult because you start right here and you've got to, there's not a lot of space for food, and so you've got to get up here and you've got to divert the bad water. Gentle rivers. That's a lot of bad water. Of course, New London would be funny to do. Peace Falls. Maybe not for this kind of a thing. This one I thought was interesting because you got part of it's super high and part of it's not. Then this is like canyon on steroids. I want it to be like a good challenge, but I also want it to be interesting to build on. So, really liking the Beaver Ravine. I'll give Riverland another shot. Let me check this one out. I'll go hard mode. We'll just keep it as is, default, no customization. We'll see what we get here. Get my multivitamins for the day while we're waiting. Guys, chat. Make sure you're getting multivitamins. Make sure you're getting plenty of water. Alright. And also, make sure you go get 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight every day. That'll be good for you. I'm not sure what to call this. What should I call this? Tell me in the comments. Doesn't like that. Alright, now let's just look what we got going here. Alright. Okay, those are pretty big. I actually really like that. That's pretty daggone vertical. I think this would be good for our zip lines. So I also wanted one that would work good for the these guys, not the iron teeth, but they have zip lines. Folktail, I don't know why I could not remember that. That looks like that is a time bomb, maybe. Okay, it's going to spew out here. Oh great. Oh great, it is a time bomb. It's going to fill up, and then it's going to come down, and destroy whatever's over here. So we've got to get over here and block that pretty quick, I would imagine. Well, hold on. Never mind. There's a river for it to flow out. We still got to block it. We still got to block it. Potential river spot over here. What is stopping it? Nothing's flowing. Oh, because it's high. So we could force it to go back this way. Could force it out there if it gets high enough. Looks like somebody already filled that in. Off the way. Well, I like this spot right here for our power plant. How we get over there, I'm not sure. Just because it already has it high and we can just work down. But that does come across the whole map. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do our usual underground. Let's turn the water off and see. Oh, we're going to have to do something. We probably can. We'll have to do the underground leading up to it and then make scaffolding and just dynamite from the scaffolding. But we'll have to see. Let's see how far down that is. Okay, that is on the bottom. That one is, at least. So there's no going below that one. That one is somehow below the bottom. You know, you can make a map like that. It's very interesting. I guess this is one of their maps, so they can do what they want. Well, we're going to have to go down to the very bottom. Excuse me. Where is this source at? It's at level 9. So that's going to be a good ways down. Okay. I really like having them in the corner. But the corners are not looking good this time. Okay, well, what we can do it over here. We'll just square off this area. Have it come from underneath. Just trying to think of how we want to do it. Probably levees on top so we can build on top easily. Just have it come up, down, and then off. So we'll need one gap in. May even make a trifecta, have a T intersection, because then we could have like our wood production on one side and everything else on the other. That would be kind of interesting. I like it. I like it. For what map is this? I forget what it's called. I need to know because I'm going to do a short recording. What's that? Mountain range, terraces, hollows. All right. Option 1 hollows. I can't spell. Option 1 hollows. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is your host, your casual dad, and we're back with another lovely little post-apocalyptic beaver building episode. This time we're switching it up. We're going to do some things a little different. We're going to have a little planning episode that you can give your feedback, and then later in the week I'll start developing that, and then we'll have a new episode at the end of the week, and we'll just rinse and repeat so you, the viewer, get to impact the build. But you got to comment by Wednesday afternoon so I can take those feedbacks that you give me, those comments and such, into consideration. If not, I'll just keep building whatever. So the first one, and this will be released as a post, as a poll, we're going to be doing a few looks at different maps that I've kind of picked out in some general plans. It may change. And why these are going to be the three options to choose from. So the first one is the hollows map. You have a lot of these little underground, hollows or land bridges. It's really interesting looking around the map. Lots of interesting multi-level. We're playing the folktale now. All right, and the goal of this is we're going to have folktale zooming around on zip lines. All right. But we're also going to be doing a challenge mode. We're going to be hard mode. We're going to see if we can survive and get to the point of thriving in hard mode. I don't think I've ever tried this before, so it's going to be interesting. But we have a bit of a problem because this one, once we start blocking up certain places, it will flow through here, and then that means it will flow down and destroy. So we've got to be careful about how we handle it, and there's not really a good spot in any of the corners to put the powerhouse like I really like to do. But I came up with another one that's so beautiful it's choking me up. I'm going to do if this map is chosen, I'm going to do a T intersection one. So this was eventually going to be blocked off, and we're going to flatten this area out. So we're going to have it come up here. We're going to have a T, right? And in one quadrant, we're going to have all of our wood production. Everything from planks to treated planks, anything wood related is going to go over here. We might put down our, what is it called? Our haulers and builder huts here. But that's where everything's going to go here. And on the other side, everything else is going to go. Our dynamite, our metal, everything, absolutely everything. And, so that's what we're gonna be doing, and but as far as what we build and where, I'm not sure. But I do like the verticality for the zip lines. Unfortunately, all of our metal is up high, so we're gonna have to get to that. So it's gonna be difficult. So that was option one. Now let's go look at option two. Hey, Jay-Z. Yeah, give me a second. Let me get that for you. Sorry, I was recording. That did not come through, did it? Dang, I gotta try something else. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't come through. Well, it looks like it went through. I'm gonna send it again. There's the link to the Discord. There we go. That worked that time. I'm not sure why it didn't work the first time. Go drop the example in there, and if I like it, I'll let you know. If you don't hear from me, it means I didn't like it. So folktale. Beaver's Ravine. That's this one. This is such a interesting and stimulating game. Stimulating. I think I'm gonna write a book. So option 2, Beaver Ravine. And it's gonna be about Timberborn. I'm not gonna call it Timberborn, but it's basically gonna be Timberborn. Now this is cool. I like this. Zipline up here. I'm thinking like mountain village, like Gatlinburg, Tennessee. You know, take the the ski elevator up, but this time it's the zip line up here. All right, we've got. Is this water source? No, that's just blockage. Our water source is over here, right? 2 little water sources. We got some blockages going off the map. Where's our water source over here? Whoops, I hit the wrong button on the keyboard. Is this a water source? No, that's blockage. Then where's this water coming from? Oh, that's pretty sneaky to put it right against the back because it has to go up and out. Can't exit the map over water source. Well, that's only 3. It's not a lot of water. The ruins there. I'm not seeing any other water source here. Blockage, blockage. Did they hide it again? I think they hit it again. Oh, that's where it comes down at. Is it hidden? It is hidden. That's nifty, developers. Alright, so that's 4 water sources. This is going to be difficult. Because we're going to have to blow that all up. We're going to blow all that up. So we can... I want to keep the hiddenness. We're going to have to blow all that up so we can divert that bad water somewhere when we have a bad tide. But that's nifty. I like that. I like this look too. Gives me some ideas for my own waterfalls. Okay, so we have 4. Here it is. 5 water sources. 6 water sources. Goodness. Is that blockage at the bottom? We'll probably keep that there. Oh, an underground reservoir. 2 more water sources. Oh, I like that. That's nifty. And there's blockages there. So then it comes out and flows down. This is my favorite map. Whoever made this map, well done. Nice. 1, 2 bad water sources. 3 bad water sources. Okay. Dang, there's a whole hidden area under there. That's super cool. Alright, we're gonna record about this one real quick. What's this one called? Beaver Ravine. 2 Beaver Ravine. Alright, here is our option 2, Beaver Ravine, I believe is the map called. This is from the workshop. This map is super interesting. So if we just go down to the very bottom, alright, we have like some hidden water sources, different places, a bunch, 3 different hidden bad tide sources, and it's all really smart and it's really cool. This so far has been my favorite map I've looked at. So you have a couple over here. Let's turn water off on the edges that flow in to here, but this is like an underground aquifer. There's nowhere for it to go. So then it's forced up these small sections that have blockages that you could unblock if you want to flood this area, but then it just comes up and it flows down and out. And they do this so many places. Like there's a water source here that just comes around and out, but blockages you could free up to have it green up the area really easily. Same thing for over here. There are hidden water sources throughout. Really smart. And then I noticed when I was looking for the bad water sources that this person made an entire like underground livable space that you can't even see from the outside. That's gonna be really, really interesting. I'm really excited and hope you guys pick this one. This is my personal pick. This is one I'm voting for. And this one we're gonna play if not enough votes get done or there's a tie. So if you want to see a certain map, make sure you go and vote. Like, and it's so like, I don't know, like maybe like because the water comes through these support lines. Like it's just, this is just such an interesting map. Like maybe I have the underground exits, more underground in here. I don't even know if I saw that earlier. Oh, that's the back of that. Yeah. Like, this is such an interesting map. Like, I mean, I could easily put the powerhouse here, but I'm thinking since the bad tide is already over here, if we were to come in here and basically flatten all of this, could we like have the water congregate here and it flows down at right angles and we just take up this space somehow with our water wheels? I don't know. It's gonna be interesting though. Because I've also was thinking, what if we flatten this area out, don't interrupt the good water flow, and put it here, but then have that good water go to a reservoir. That's what I'm thinking. But also, this is so far from the source. Why would I want to pipe it all the way over here? Anyways, it's very, very interesting map. Lots of good verticality. Be really cool to have the zip lines going over this. I think it'd be a good challenge, because immediately when a bad tide comes, if we don't have food stored up, we're going to be in a world of hurt. So that's Beaver Ravine, option 2. Let me know what you guys think about it. Okay, can you go?
Mom, Sauce is poopy, and I took off his diaper, and I need you to change him. There's a massive ball of poop in his diaper. He also
If you're not going to change him completely and wipe his booty, don't take his diaper off.
But I cleaned up the pee mess.
Pee mess? What pee mess?
He somehow peed through his hole.
Gosh.
Hey, sweet girl.
Are you gonna do the one where I heard you talking about there was a map where you could zip line from one end to the other?
No, we can make zip lines to do that.
Peace Falls. That sounds
Yeah.
cool. Like a cool one.
I want to look at this one. Close my door, please. Oh, dang it. I didn't see what this one was called. I think it's just like right side. What's up, pros? Sorry, I'm on a single screen, so chat's on my phone, and my phone turned off. So if you're still here, what's up? If not, I'm sorry. Maybe you'll see it later. I'm not sure what this one's called, but it was like right side cliff or something. Oh, it's actually a pretty small map. I thought it was gonna be large. Not much, man. Just changing some things up. I was a little inspired by you the other day, and with having my new crunch schedule, I'm gonna start streaming early in the mornings. I didn't get started too early on Mondays, but I'm gonna, from the stream, I'm gonna take and make a Timberborn planning video to be released on Monday afternoon. Yeah, this is really nice for storage. But then, so what it's going to be now, my new plan to pros after checking your stream out, is Monday's going to be like the planning day. I'm going to give people in the community Twitch or, yeah, it's 7:30 here too. I'm usually awake way earlier, but and streaming, but whatever. But the plan is to give the community, Twitch, YouTube, whoever, a chance to interact with the build and affect the build. So this first one, we're giving 3 options for people to pick, vote their favorite by Wednesday afternoon, and that'll continue for the whole series. It's gonna be a viewer interactive series that is also a folk tale, because I want to do the zip line, but also a hard challenge mode to see if we can survive the junk. And so, you the viewer may make it that even harder than it should be. So the first thing is we're looking at 3 maps and going to give people the options. I know which map I'm going to choose if people don't vote or if there's a tie, but I'm looking at this one. It's a little small, but it's already pretty thick, so there's a lot of material, a lot of chance of hollowing it out and going underground. Yeah, if your youngest is 9, I would not want to be up early either. I just know myself and my ADHD brain, I always work better in the morning, so I just go ahead and get up. I do like the storage here, just automatic. 'Cause I bet, let's turn the water off. Yeah, we got some water sources in here. Yeah, just some sluice gates. Just stack this up, and then maybe eventually just turn this whole side. This is what I'm thinking. All right, I'm thinking just come across here, follow the terrain a little bit, respecting the topography. We would originally do it with levees, but then I would want to come back and do it with dirt or stuff around the outside for sure. And then eventually I would want to hollow this out underneath where you just have this top layer of dirt, so we can get right up to the brim, and it flows out. Have like a sluice gate right at the top. Hollow out the inside to maximize the storage. Anything that's already underwater will just sink down to the bottom. The problem is going to be is because of these water sources with the bad tide. About how do I, for some of them, this one's the worst one. I want to automatically separate the good tide from the bad tide, because I want to figure out how to keep the bad tide underneath. So that's why I don't want to hollow the inside. Is keep let's go down here this level where the water's already draining out. I'm gonna make a little layer underneath the storage and have impermeable floors, and so all that bad tide would just like flow out the side, right? And then yeah, I remember seeing your batteries. That was pretty good. Dude, you need to show me your meteor map. I was looking at one, I think it's called Anthill or something. And the previous map, I don't know if you saw the previous one, Beaver Ravine. It has a lot of cool underground stuff that is a custom map. But I'm thinking this one would be kind of like your water tank one. I really am trying to think of how to do. I guess I gotta demo the bottom layer and put impermeable floors, so just that one layer, and have sluice gates like at the bottom, so like where these guys are, sluice gate for bad water, come up, cap the top, sluice gate for good water, and just that's gonna be a lot of work. But this is, I don't see how else to survive this map. And the bad thing is about the folktale is you don't have permanent power, because all you do is you cap off the bad water. You can't force extract it. I mean, you can, like, the battle rigger extracts it for use in industry, but it's not like the Iron Teeth that you just keep it coming to power stuff. So that's what makes this as a challenge. Because like if that's gonna be our water reservoir with bad tide diversion underneath long term, we're really gonna have to basically take this all the way down to the bottom, like basically take this whole area and just sink it. Take the whole topography and just sink it down as much as possible, so that we can come back and build up. So what I'm thinking is, if this is down here, this layer, that the bottom layer can be our farmland. We build up over the top of that because it doesn't have to be as tall. and then we have trees, just like my last build. Then we have a bunch of trees, and then we have over here on the next layer, it's almost gonna be like the one I just did about Babylon, New Babylon, but a little different because like water's not gonna be pouring over the top. It's gonna be coming from underneath and just be irrigating the top, and we're just gonna have to live up here. And I'm thinking then what I have to do beaver quest. I have to check that out. Yeah, I'm thinking. Well, that's the other thing I was thinking about too. Is like since this is already low, making like not doing the layered approach I just talked about, the lasagna on this edge, and as we go up, just destroy one battery, build it up, and move all the batteries up to the top, you know, and basically have this whole edge full of batteries. And then I want to try, this would be interesting if this map gets picked. If not, I may save this for next time or try to do it on another map. On this corner, what I was thinking, let me see how big this is I was thinking that's what, 3 high, like hollowing this out, and instead of having a vertical food farm or tree farm, I'd have a vertical wind farm where I have layers of the wind turbines and then just a bunch of batteries around the edge however I could. Alright, let me shoot a quick recording about this one. What's this one called again? Right hand side. Right side cliff. This is option 3. Good morning, dear. I'm streaming my planning session that I told you I was doing, and then making little recordings from it after I've checked out the possibilities. Okay. Alright, and this is our third and final option. It is the right side cliff. It's another custom map. I'm not sure that's the exact name. I'll get that for you if this one is picked. But it's going to be fairly challenging. I mean, they're all going to be challenging for different reasons. This one's small, and all of our water sources are in the back that come around. And so, again, we're going to have to make our food, gather our food really quick, and probably housing's going to be really late. But I can't be too late because with the folktale, the only way you get more beavers is by having housing. So it kind of puts you in a pickle. So we can get straight over here to get our berries. So that's good for immediate food. But there's just a sprinkle of trees everywhere. That's a pain. So I think what we would do is we'd come out here and we'd try and clear out, I mean, at least this side of trees. And then try and get food going really fast. Get over here, clear out these trees, and then plant new ones. The good thing is we have a lot of oak close by, so we can take advantage of pine and oak quickly. But with the water, it's all over here. So what I'm thinking is using a combination of levees and dirt blocks. Maybe we'd eventually switch to dirt blocks, and we just wall this off, following the terrain to respect the topography. But then we have different levels of water sources, and so that then presents a challenge. But what you would see here, I'd keep this level. I would just hollow out everything from the side to make a big water tank, and then maybe like the very bottom layer, we could somehow figure out how to direct bad water in there, and then just like off the back, so it never contaminates our water tank. because there's not very much room to do anything else. But also, problem with the folktale that this map is going to give us, really all the maps, but especially this one, is power. You can cap off the bad water, and you can constantly use the bad water rig to constantly get bad water for your explosives and whatnot, but you can't use it for power like the iron teeth. So that means we're going to need something else. And so what I'm thinking about is lining the edge with batteries. And then over here, how I've done before with my food farms, do the same thing, but come in here with our wind turbines, because those are like 3 high. So we could get like 1, 2, we might be able to get 3 layers of wind turbines in here. So it'd be a nice hollowed out building. But then besides that, to actually support ourselves and see what kind of population I want, because something I didn't mention with the other ones is I want to see, the first goal is, can we just even get the point of surviving the hard mode? All right, but then the second one is, how like big can we build the population? Can we get to 400 like on New Babylon? And this map, that provides the challenge because of how small it is. But we're going to do a lasagna method where we're just going to take this whole topography and we'll just evenly dynamite it down. So I know that means we're going to have to shift things around, like if this is farmland and wood. But we'll dynamite it down, at least one side, and we'll hollow it out and make it lasagna. So we'd have a copy of this topography down here, and then we'd build dirt over the top of it to then, so that's farmland, and then we'd have our wood production on top of that. And that's what we would do. I think that's would be the plan for this map if this map is picked. They're all going to be challenging for different reasons. All going to be very interesting. I like the verticality, the smallness for the zip lines, because it'd just be really cool to see the beavers just zip around. And maybe we build something over our water tank. Maybe we run our power line from here all the way out there, and that's where industry is. I don't know. Just some thoughts I've had to inspire you guys to give your feedback. So those are our 3 maps to pick from. Go back and review each of those, and then make sure you vote on the poll that's going to be out by Wednesday afternoon, and that's when I'm going to start the recording for the build that will be out. I'm going to shoot for Friday afternoon, but if that doesn't work, then oh man, thank you for the follow, Richard Henneford. That's what that noise is. That was from a long time ago when I broke my chair. In case you guys are wondering, on YouTube. I also stream on Twitch. And so sometimes I'll talk to chat like that right there. Anyways, that distracted me. But yeah, that sound, I almost broke my chair. I'll have to link the video for you guys sometime in a comment. It's really funny. But yeah, you guys vote by Wednesday. I'm going to try to have it out by Friday afternoon. Not sure that's going to be possible as the builds go forward, so we may just shoot for Saturday morning. But yeah, if I don't have feedback by Wednesday afternoon, or there's a tie, I'm just going to make my own decision going forward. And also let me know if there's any mods or how I can get subs and viewer names and Discord members' names to auto-populate as the beavers. I think that'd be really cool. Really nice touch for you guys who come around, stick around, and hang out. And if you want your name to show up in the game, make sure you check out the description down below to see how you can join the Casual Dad gaming community and just come hang out with us people who like strategy games, city builders, beaver builders, all kinds of different chill games. And yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate you. And hit that subscribe button to stick around to see how this community involved build goes. Hit that like button, also helps me out a lot, helps the channel out. I appreciate it. I love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye. Yeah, I'm done recording. You didn't hear a sound? It was loud in my ear. Okay, let's see. Let's exit to menu.
It says it's not out for delivery yet.
No sound on Twitch? Oh man, Richard, it definitely came through in my headphones and it scared the bejesus out of me. Alright, so Pro, so I'm doing a restream. Maybe that's the reason, I don't know. So Pro on YouTube asked about the first map. The first map is an official map, Hollows. I'll go back and look at that for anybody who didn't get a chance to check that one out. What do you mean, appropriate that my username has a question mark? I don't know what you're talking about, Apropos. Username what? Timberborn. Okay, I'll take a look at it in just a second. Here's Hollow. This was map 1 of Propros. It's really interesting with all these land bridges, like thick land bridges, and then like hidden bad water sources with multiple outlets, like this one right here, that if you forget to plug, whoops, it'll come right through and just destroy your city. I like this one. It's big. It has a lot of potential. On this one, if I were to do a like a power central station, I would have it here. And the good thing is, you can get the bad water to come here, and I have a T section where I divide up like wood manufacturing here and everything else over here. It just, when it comes to the droughts, that's when there is a problem. So like I could still have my typical Zedek inspired I'm trying to say, my bad water turbine system, and then just along the edge I could still live in lasagna with the windmills, and then along the edge having a Propros inspired battery system for those dry times. That's what I like about this one, but it's really interesting. It looks a little daunting because how not green it is, and like all your metal is up high. So, you know, how do you start building stuff? Like, you've got to get to, this one might be the easiest one to get to. I mean, they're all kind of hard. I'm just trying to think of like the least amount of build possible to get to it. I don't care how far away it is. Yeah, so this one's pretty interesting. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, you will. Yeah, casual is a role on my Discord. I do like Ravine. Ravine's my favorite. So if nobody picks or it's a tie, I'm picking Ravine. Ravine is really cool. Okay, S may be silent your name, but I'm still going to say a Pros. I mean, it's better than being a POS. That's his name, a Propros. A Pro POS. My wife was asking about the name. Those pictures you definitely need. Yeah, Casual's a role in the Discord, along with a few others. But yeah, here's Hollow. Yeah, that Ravine one is my favorite. There's some of the community folks have made some really good maps. The Ravine one, just some of the sneaky hidden water sources and different things. It's just, they're not going to be as much, like this one's going to be really good for zip lines. Ravine initially won't be as good, but you know, that's going to be fine. How much is the zip line? 700 science. It's only move speed 150%. Man, those two ways are so much better. Is this for... This is for like overhangs, right? Yeah. That's good. I need to... The daggum mod is messed up. Where I wanted to have... not ledges. They're kind of like overhangs, but they don't take up a space. So I'm going to show you. So I have a mod. So how these overhangs you got to build up and then over. The mod lets you build straight flush with wood, but it's not working right now. So that's gonna be interesting. Gonna be real interested in that. Oh man, metal things. Just don't call me late for dinner. I was just joking. I know. Yeah, that's cool. I really like that. But yeah, my mod, this one, the more platforms, it's really nice. The problem is it crashes whenever I try to load. So I'll show you. No, not extended overhang mod. Is platforms. I mean, I guess it probably would be some. I haven't checked the extended overhang mod, but it literally just comes out flush, as if it was dirt. But then it's like you got this 45-degree support. Yeah, dad jokes can't go on forever, but some people don't appreciate them. You know, your mod list might be why your game runs slow sometimes. I don't care about synchronizing to the cloud. Let me stop it. Let me just play. Play anyways. I don't care about synchronizing in the cloud. I didn't do anything. Dude, ladders. So ladders are like super expensive if you look at their costs. So like my problem was the first time I used ladders mod, I used them everywhere, and then I was always short on planks and logs and stuff. But this last one with New Babylon, I really was trying to be like super careful because of how expensive they are, to only use them when I had no other choice, like for space stuff. Maybe. See, look, I can't. It won't let me do it because I think they need to update the API mod, and so that is that. Oh, I know, I'm just messing with you, but yeah. So appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Gotta get this video ready to be out by this afternoon, so now you can see my lovely single setup we got going on. But I appreciate it, guys, and make sure you check me out on YouTube, Casual Dad Plays, and I'll have this video out every Monday, and have our actual build video on the weekend. So make sure you hit that sub button and stick around to see what we come up with. And if you have not, go check out the finale to my New Babylon series. I think that build of making the new Hanging Gardens of Babylon is pretty sweet. And so yeah.